Hello everybody, Ty Erickson here. Today I'm going to be talking about one of my nearest and dearest skills and one that probably goes back the furthest for me, which is the good old-fashioned telephone. Still as relevant as ever. I have been beyond fortunate to experience great success over the phone, and I'm going to share you the top tips on how you can do the same. I always tell people the pre-call mentality is just as important as the call. You want to make sure you're in the right mindset prior to making that call. Here's a few ways how. Confidence is key. Energy is key. Treat them like your best friend, regardless how well you know them. Be determined to accomplish what you're calling for. Assume they want to talk to you. Don't ever hesitate. Always act like you know what you're doing. Be prepared. Have a script, not to read to them, but to dictate how the call goes. And the final part of your pre-call mentality, you have to know who the decision maker is prior to making the call. Now that you've got the pre-call mentality, let's talk about what you should be doing on the call. Always ask questions to lead the person to the end result that you want. My absolute favorite phrase is, are you locked in with your current company, or do you keep your options open if I could show you something better? The next question, what do you absolutely love about your current vendor? From there, what do you absolutely hate about your current vendor? So what you're telling me, client, is if I can continue to do the things you love and improve on the things that you hate, is there any other reason why you wouldn't start doing business with me? Side note, always keep the call brief. Now, even though you called them, establish what you need to on the phone call, but make it seem like you need to go. You just called to establish a few things real quick. Make sure you always ask them if you can send them information so that that doesn't become an objection down the road, and then follow up with them the next week. So now that the phone call is over, I'm going to share with you a few things of what you should be doing post-call. A great way to be memorable post-phone call is to send them a handwritten thank you note thanking them for their time. Make sure you send it that same day. Also, make sure you send them an email with the appropriate information and summarizing what happened on the phone call. Once you've sent that email, make sure you set up a follow-up phone call the following week. Now, if you're not able to connect with them that following week, make sure you keep on doubling the time periods between calls. 2 weeks turn into 4 weeks, 4 weeks turn into 8 weeks, and continue that trend until it gets 6 months in between calls. Then start that process over again. I recommend making at least 20 phone calls a day. Let me tell you why. 20 phone calls is going to turn into 10 pickups. 10 pickups are going to turn into 5 decision makers. 5 decision makers are going to equal 2 people that are open to doing business with you. And out of those 2 people that are open to doing business with you, one's going to become a client. That's 20 calls daily. Once you get consistent and you start making those at least 20 calls every single day, those are the results you can expect. So now all you need to do is make the calls and stay consistent. And those are my tips to be memorable on the phone. Like, comment, share, subscribe if you want to learn more ways to be memorable.